Hello, welcome back. Slightly odd introduction to this episode because I've already seen it. Essentially, the files that I had downloaded were not in the right order, not named correctly. And apparently this episode was 129. Although upon a little bit of a review and initial confusion, I confirmed it not to be so. Unfortunately, it does mean that the first little bit of it was already seen. And I re-recorded the very, very beginning because it would be just going over what I've said now. So what the hell is all of this? Have we missed out a load? So I hope you can enjoy the rest of the reaction. Just know that I was missing a lot of context for some of it, so if any odd comments were made, it's because I saw in the wrong order. Still, it's a good one. So let's watch it. And with Poof now taking things into his own hands, actually trying to kill Kabugi and take things into his own initiative, definitely getting dangerous, mainly because, well, when would he ever see this sort of opportunity again? I do love when the Royal Guards try to do something a little different. But we knew before that Poof was on a mission to take out Kamugi before the king could get close. Exactly if he can carry out that mission, I doubt he'd get too far. But the king wouldn't be too happy if he regained his memories and found out what he was attempting. The fact that he despises her so much for influencing the king in ways that he doesn't see congruent to his reign over the world. I would like to see how Kamugi deals with all this, considering that the situation is she just woke up. A bunch of people she doesn't know. All talking about hostages. Well, that could apply to anything. Going to question the carpet of people that are lining the streets. Just, stand in line, look like you belong. Yeah, that seems about fitting for Kako. There's not much he could do. I mean, not close enough to trigger the time, and that's good, but also, do you think they should start chatting amongst themselves even at this kind of distance? Did we know that they were called human grapes? You'd get some pretty shitty wine out of it. Well, he is very fervent in his task to take it down quickly. Get rid of all evidence. The board, the pieces. Where are they going to dump it? Just dig a hole outside and bury it? There's too much. I was going to say, there's too much damage. People would question why exactly. Oh, hang on. Your head's off. Your arm's not working. Pretty decent plan is what. They just entered the. They got there fast. And the fact that Palm could actually see this in the entire journey. So, fair enough. But also, when it's a bird's eye view looking down on them from above, do we have a depth fade? So if there's a ceiling above them, a little too close, do you see the ceiling instead of them? That's actually quite good. Right. It would be a little strong if it was. Would be a little overpowered if it was. You can keep watch over everyone's movement that you've ever seen. So 3 people at once, and it slowly overwrites the oldest one. I think she needs an eye patch or something to not accidentally see anyone else. Especially if they're going to try and mingle in with the crowd. Well, look who's in amongst the grass. Back in the surveillance room, I see Ralphin isn't exactly faring all too well. He's still struggling with those wounds he sustained. Oh god. Oh god, indeed. And now, from the palace, we're now entering this hideout, which is slightly more decorative, less damaged. The candles along the wall was a nice touch. But also, now that they are so close, to the task of Kite and what's going on there, I can only imagine what kind of trickery might be pulled here, or if not going to answer that. What about Gon? Feeding her false information there so that she might fight back against him. fairly decent mimicry. I wonder if there was something amongst those words which is a little off, though. The fact that he managed to do that while struggling. I didn't know Poof would have the no can do, I think. And we've seen this kind of face alteration before with, can't remember his name, but Killua's brother. If he could restructure himself to resemble the girl and have her vocal cords and everything, why did he need to also give her the constant cold? Block sinuses. I mean, sure, that would make the voice more convincing, but... And sat there in the room just like they left him. Is it still an activation within a certain distance and he just starts attacking? I mean, they could have cleaned the place up a little, give him at least a rug or something to sit on. I like the dust flowing through the cracks in the flooring. Does she remember this puppet that she made? Hmm. Well, now they're on a first name basis. Be honest. Is she about to deliver some harsh truths? What, while they were gone? While his entire reason for this fight has just left him? What happened while they were away? Was it just succumbing to all of his injuries and experimentation? At least he waited for him before he fell over. So, if you thought single-mindedness, this was nothing more than a puppet, a marionette experiment on a corpse. One of the two that jumped out to it, yes. Well, can't bring back what was lost. Mm-hmm. And manipulating the movements. It was a lost cause from the beginning. We were given a false sense of hope. So, what now? Lunch? After thinking it was so close that his goal was at hand and actually managed being able to obtain it, having it dragged away at the last minute, that's a crueler fate than any. So given a fraction of hope just to dash it across the rocks. Well, Palm, did you see that transpire? Also, the whole if she sees things, three people with her right eye, it removes the old one. What about Kamugi, who's not over his shoulder? Stuff just means stuff. It's vague yet as comforting as that sounds. I see they get on tremendously. Because it's expected of them. Well, shit. Something unexpected has happened. I mean, she can only grasp the gist of what's been going on in a situation. Does she also have audio in case be able to hear it? I guess the bird's eye view wouldn't be very transducive to understanding a conversation unless she gets really good at lip reading. Going over the time that they actually spent together, the memories that he had. He might have been able to get out. He doesn't know this. Kai was particularly strong, but in the face of a royal guard like that, the slow piano to accompany the scene like this, where Gon is taking on all the guilt upon his shoulders. But now, what's the Nifpato going to do or think in this situation? The fact that she's conspicuously absent from all of this while he's back and forth in his mind. Little schizophrenic moment. I killed him. No, you didn't. Hopefully this isn't the extent of his vocabulary from here on. Sometimes there are things that can't be fixed. If there was someone's ability to bring back the dead in full state of what they were when they were alive, then Jesus Christ, what would they have had to have gone through to be able to obtain that ability? But also far too powerful. But now that he is gone and gone can possibly let go of this for once. She could really take advantage of the situation if wanted, but what's she attempting? If you can't bring back the dead, then what is this? What, just at least put him back in a state where you don't have to see him like this? Once again, more senseless hope. Ah, because of the broken arm that she gave herself earlier, yeah. I mean, yeah, just saying, oh no, how could this happen? He's not giving a great amount of detail. Kite's on the floor, Gon is crying. What if there was some false information spread to her? But also, Poof is far too happy about his little game. This entire episode just being a complete slowdown compared to what we were seeing, where you've got despair and begging like this. There's only so much you can really go through at once. The fact that we've had so many of the characters that Gon has met, and some of them unceremoniously ended. Those that have meant quite a lot to him on his journey and been a mentor figure. If he had just died, that would be one thing. They'd be able to have that closure and grieving, but no. Thanks to Nefertari's puppetry, just prolonging it even more, giving a sense of, oh, we can actually do something here. All those feelings are now warped beyond belief. Do you think that Nefertari is going to... Yeah, do you think that Nefertari is going to not act in any kind of rash sense after travelling with him and come across this scene? Or is it, right, we're done here. End this early and get back to the king? Wow. So many twists and turns. gone the ups, downs, thinking he can do it. You can bring him back. No. He was gone long ago, just no... Gon himself couldn't accept it. There was always going to be, oh, he's moving slightly, so therefore there's a chance we can bring him back. The optimism and idealism of fixing everything, coming back to haunt him even more, completely destroying the boy. Just, this was a tough episode to watch. Having Poof play that little trick. No, yeah, we've got her. It's fine. You don't have to play along anymore. Moogie is safe. Oh no. You know, we've had Yuppie, who is very kind of just front and center. We know what he is, and he's starting to try and grow. We've got Iftal, who's always a bit more clinical about her way of dealing with things. But Poof, despite how on his sleeves that he carries his emotions for the king, he is diabolical. Really, it's more for his own benefit. As long as the king is going along on a route that he deems good enough, or he sees fit for it. The little moments, seeing Killua and Palm once more have a little conversation amongst themselves. You know, things might not be able to ever go back to how they were before, and people how you knew them before. Kind of like with, well, quite definitely, but moving forward, there's, no matter how much people have changed, the more they stay the same sometimes. Hopefully Gon isn't completely destroyed by what he has seen and learned here. Although that might be a tough ask. Thankfully, there's a lot more Hunter x Hunter. And this is just... If there wasn't, I don't know what I'd do. To be fair. I do hope you're enjoying it. The king is... well, getting along as best as he can. But all these human grapes, all of these plans in motion for them. How is this arc going to tie everything off? We may see soon, although what we have to put ourselves through and actually to be in order to see it, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I'm ready. But maybe you are. If you have enjoyed, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to carry on a little bit more, maybe join onto my Discord. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. So I can see you in the next one. If you want to be part of the voice whispering in my ear telling me that everything is fine, consider joining onto my Patreon, because actually supporting the channel is better than fabricating stories about hostages being free. So I do need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Trayvon, Shiwan, Akane, Guado, Dory Jane, Kite Light Wizard 91, Megu42, Diego Zenhausen, SZ9870, Croyville, Maxwell and everyone else for being there for me when I needed, and for not giving up even though this channel might be completely soulless.